So I just want to ask Hayden a bunch of questions because I don't think a lot of people on my channel know exactly who Hayden is and what he does and stuff. So I have a bunch of questions here on my phone, and I'm just gonna start asking you questions.
All right, let's do it.
So I guess the first thing is, what do you do? Like, what sports
What
do
do
you
I
do?
do?
What's your job?
Okay, yeah, so I basically do loads of different things, mainly tricking. I'd say that's my number one activity. Powerlifting, I tried to learn weightlifting, but it's super hard. But I tend to try and pick up just random shit and get good at it. Like recently I picked up the Rubik's Cube, skateboarding I did for ages, did a bit of boxing, MMA, but yeah, tricking is probably number one. Powerlifting is probably number two, although I haven't done that for about a year.
Yeah.
Because I've basically each year I write down a bunch of goals on January 1st
Yeah.
in different categories. Last year there was loads of powerlifting goals, this year there's loads of tricking goals, and I want to get all the tricking goals done before I move on to the powerlifting goals. So I will move back to it.
Yeah, you're basically like multi-talented.
Yeah, I guess so.
And you're very intelligent actually as well. Like you have like a master's degree
I have
in maths.
like good academic intelligence,
Yeah.
but my social intelligence is like pretty average, to be honest.
Yeah, because you were telling me you have like a master's degree in maths. And
Yeah,
you work in finance and everything.
Yeah, I do now. So I did like maths, chemistry, physics, biology at A level and all at A2 level.
Nice. Yeah.
Then I did maths at uni and basically did a master's just so I could drag it out for 4 years, so I could go to the gym all day instead of actually studying. Passed that, and then I did. I was doing like acrobatic jobs at the time when I was in uni. I had like an agent, so I did like adverts and stuff.
Cool.
And then I had to do.
Yeah.
Then there was like some tricking gathering called the Big Trick in Germany.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
So I went to that one and I like broke a metatarsal in my foot, and then I tore my ACL.
Holy shit.
And I didn't renew my like European health insurance, so I had to get back on the plane just like hobbling with my bag and
Oh
stuff.
fuck. Yeah.
And then I couldn't trick for like 3 years, so then I got a normal job as a chartered accountant.
Yeah.
I'm still doing that now.
Yeah.
It's not that fun, but
Yeah.
it pays the bills, so.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, so I guess a lot of people on my channel will be interested in powerlifting, probably more than weightlifting. I would say the majority of my fans are actually like powerlifters and
Yeah, 'cause weightlifting
bodybuilders.
is so freaking hard.
Yeah, because it takes ages to learn and everything.
Yeah.
So, like, what's your best lifts in powerlifting? Like, what's your best bench?
So in
squat?
powerlifting,
Yeah.
my weight is normally between 70 and 75. I want to go down to 68 kilos just because it's better for tricking. And then I can powerlift in that kind of weight range, 66 or something. But at about 74 kilos, I
Yeah.
did 155 bench,
Impressive.
227.5 squat to get the 500 pounds, and 275 kilo deadlift. I really wanted 4 times bodyweight deadlift and
Yeah, that is
3 times
seriously
bodyweight
impressive.
squat. But I was close to the 4 times, but then I got the 3. I almost got the 3 times squat. I was like,
Yeah.
had a rep where it's like sticking point and then just failed.
Yeah, but like 275 at like 75 kilos body weight.
Yeah.
That is like close to the IPF world record, isn't it?
Sumo though. I don't think IPF.
Well, like you're allowed
It's
to
close,
just...
it must be close to the British record, I don't know.
Yeah,
But I've
it's
never
definitely good.
competed, so.
But like
Right.
you barely train powerlifting. Like your main
Yeah.
thing is tricking, really.
Yeah,
You would
yeah.
say you train tricking a lot more often than you do like weightlifting.
Yeah, I go to gym
powerlifting,
like
all that.
at least 3 times a week, like gymnastics gym.
Yeah. How many times like a week do you do like powerlifting? Like,
At the minute, like,
weightlifting?
1.
Yeah.
But before, it was probably like 3 days powerlifting, 3 days
Yeah.
gymnastics.
Just imagine if this guy like spent, 2 years of dedicated like training.
Someone
for
says that
powerlifting.
is the IPF world record. Not for 75, surely. Or
It
74.
could be.
I don't think so.
You did that with straps or no straps?
I did that with straps.
Yeah.
Maybe-
Still impressive.
I have like captain of crush grippers, so I should probably train up to it without straps. But
Someone saying all-time world
Yeah.
record is
Yeah, it's a lot higher.
340 kilos at 75. That's
Mm.
probably not the IPF world record. That's probably like GPC or something. I'm not too familiar with world records in powerlifting. But yeah, I'll just move through some of the questions I have here and I wrote out earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us about like your Rubik's Cube. You've been trying to get
Yeah, I wanna get
20
under
seconds?
20.
Yeah.
I learned to do it
Yeah.
ages ago, like some beginner
Yeah.
method. It's like here. And I've just been trying to learn it better, just as something to do. And I want to
Yeah.
get under 20 seconds because I suppose apparently a good threshold in cubing, then I'll probably
learn something else. I got 22 seconds yesterday when I was here, so
well,
maybe I'll get like a lucky soul and get 20. That'd be cool.
Yeah. And you told me you wanted to create an app for tricking. You said you made it in like Excel, but you don't know how to code yet.
Like I said, I want to learn loads of random stuff just because I'm probably a bit weird. But I started learning to code Java, and I want to make an app that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Basically a combo generator. So you tick all the tricks you can do, and then it would how many moves you want in your combo and the difficulty. It would then tell you the combo to do, and then you just do it. And I made it in Excel, which is quite easy, but I've been using Excel for years.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to code Java yet, so I'll learn it at some point and do it.
That's interesting. Yeah. So I guess tell us more like about your tricking. Like, how did you start? How did you find it? Yeah.
So I lived in like a town where there's not much to do.
Yeah.
Like my mum lived in a town where there's not much to do. My dad lived in a village where there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
So I didn't find it on Tricks tutorials at first. I found some random website. You know, like back in the day when you had dial-up internet and those dodgy like video sites. There was like some aerial tutorial on there, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then one time on TV there was like do you remember XMA, old martial arts stuff?
XMG? I've heard of that, yeah.
Like proper old school.
Yeah.
I saw that on TV and they were all doing all these kicks and stuff. And I already did martial arts since I was like 4.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Eventually found like Tricks tutorials and then started learning off there.
Yeah.
And
that was a big site. I was on that. Yeah.
Yeah. You used to make loads of tutorials on there, like lifting on the forums.
I didn't make a single tutorial.
Really?
No.
I just remember there was like 3 lifters on there. They were really good. There was like
I remember there was like lifters on there that didn't trick. I remember that in like the lifting section of the forum. Yeah.
And those are the good days, man. But I found that, started tricking. Just on the grass, there was like no other trickers around. Learned a backflip, learned some other tricks, and then just kept going with it. Still doing it now.
Yeah, that was pretty much the same as me. Like, I discovered tricking like through parkour. You kind of said you did find tricking through parkour.
Kind of. So I saw, I knew about parkour because there was like some Jump London TV program or something like that. This years ago. So me and my friend used to just like try and climb up his wall and run on his wall and stuff. Yeah. We did that for a couple of months, and then I found tricking and was like, oh shit. It's like martial arts with parkour, kind of. And then just started doing that in the park.
Parkour.
I had like an old school family camcorder. So it's like used to make real old samplers. Like, it's good fun.
Yeah, like tricking was very, very underground back then. What year was that?
It's still kind of underground now, though.
Yeah.
That was 2005 when I started.
2005, yeah. I think I started around like 2006, 2007. Yeah, I started when I was like 13 or 14. Yeah. I guess I got some questions about like tricks tutorials, because that was like an awesome time tricking. Yeah. So that was Tricks tutorials was created by Juju Mufu, John Call. It was basically like this big forum for like trickers. It was the biggest one at the time.
Most people on your channel must know Juju Mufu, right?
Yeah, I'd say the majority of people.
So that's what Juju Mufu was doing way back in the day.
Yeah.
He set up a forum for everyone to learn tricking, and he was not like, nobody knew who he was except all the trickers. So he used to like kind of run the forums, and they went on for a few years. And this is before Facebook or Instagram, and even YouTube. There was just sections for like trick tutorials. Lifting, nutrition, and Jude used to also write loads of articles on there. I think he still has some on his Agrobolics website.
Yeah, he has old articles,
But everyone that got into tricking found that site, and that's where they all learned stuff like lifting, powerlifting, nutrition, all from him. And then one day he was just like, okay, I'm shutting the forums down and the sites down, and then he just kind of disappeared for a few years, and then he set up Agrobolics, and then decided to start his YouTube channel. But literally everyone that tricks now is tricking because of him, because everyone went to the forum and no one would have found tricking or known how to learn it without him. And that's why Juju Mufu knows so many trickers. Like, that's how he knows you. Back in the day, that's how he knows me.
I actually knew Juju Mufu before I started weightlifting, and he knew me before I started weightlifting. Yeah. And I knew you before I started weightlifting. So
really?
Yeah, it goes like way back. And you knew me before I started weightlifting, so that was ages ago. Yeah, like back in 2007, probably,
So that's how all these trickers met, is through those forums, because of Juju Mufu.
Yeah.
But now everyone uses Facebook, but it sucks.
Yeah, that's the problem with tricking these days. Like, back then, there was no Facebook, there was no Instagram, and I remember back then there used to be like so many good tricking samplers. Like people would put like a load of effort into like making samplers and like these like big reveals to these like tricks that have never been landed before. Like I remember Scott Skelton landing the triple cork, and he made like this big reveal on YouTube. And Velu, I remember he did the California roll, and he put it at the end of his sampler. You know, you don't see that these days because all that happens now is like people land something crazy, and they just post on like Facebook straight away, like a phone recording. So
before like Facebook, well, before Instagram, YouTube samplers were like the thing. So everyone used to save up all their tricks for like a year, make a summer sampler, and like no one would know what tricks they did, and then they'd come out with like 5 new tricks that no one had done in the sampler, and everyone's like, oh my god, and it's edited to sick music, like with a good song, and people had good attention spans to watch the whole thing and then comment on it.
Like
whereas
people
now,
these days just don't have the attention
like,
span to watch like a
3-minute
tricking sampler.
If they land a world's first, they're just like, oh, post to Instagram, get instant gratification.
And it's usually just like a terrible like phone recording as well. It's not like a professional camera. There's no editing involved at all. Like I remember watching your samplers back in the day. I rewatched like one of them like multiple times. Actually, like I think I downloaded some of your videos because we used to do that back in the day. Because you post links like on trick tutorials. And I put a few of your samplers on my PSP, and I was like watching before I trick. Like, what do you think of Ireland so far?
It's alright. When I came in on the plane, I was worried there'd be nothing here because it just looks like fun and everywhere, and I couldn't see any buildings, and I was like, where am I going? And
you flew into Kerry.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm from. That's like the middle of fucking nowhere.
It's like the smallest airport. I got off the plane, like into the car park.
It's like the size of a house, pretty much. Yeah.
And then, you picked me up, but it's quite nice. I thought everyone's going to be super aggressive and like try and fight me. All I know about is like Conor McGregor and bare knuckle like travellers that just fight people. But in the town, everyone's super nice and just like chats to everyone. And but yeah, the shops are kind of weird. Everything's a bit different. Like instead of Primark, you have Pennies or whatever.
I don't know why it's called Pennies here. Actually, I don't know why it's called Primark.
And everything has to have a name on it.
Yeah,
so it's like Sam's.
I never really paid attention to
Sam's fish and chips, Bob's, whatever.
Yeah, every shop in Ireland has like the second name of the family.
Instead of a brand name, everyone wants to have their name on their business to feel important.
Yeah, what you think of Ballybunion yesterday?
Good. Yeah, we went to like a castle with a beach. Well, I say a castle. It's like a wall. Only one wall left of a castle that's on top of a hill, like a cliff, with a beach and a like some grass we tricked on. So it was fun. It was really nice. Everything here seems really scenic. Like we went to a mountain today as well. There's like a river coming down. It's all really nice to look at and like quiet, no people around. So it's good.
So I guess we'll talk about our tricking session yesterday in Ballybunion. How did that go for you? You almost
I really hurt my neck. Still actually. There's like a hill. The grass is like on a hill. So we were trying to do some tumbling combos down. And when things are on a hill, you like build up speed a lot quicker. And like start to over rotate the flips. And then on one of them, I thought the ground was higher than it was, and like sort of stamped. The ground wasn't there, and then my neck kind of like whipped. So that hurt, but.
I did a brandy flash kick, and I just landed on my left heel because it was going downhill, and I was like, holy shit, almost like hyperextended my knee there. So guys, I'm getting back into tricking because we're actually going to a gathering at the end of the week. We're going to Scotland. If you look at my old videos, if you type in Scottish Tricking Gathering 2016, it'll come up. I went there in 2016. It was an awesome gathering. So we're going to go to that same gathering this weekend.
And then I went there last year.
Yeah.
And this year there's like some of the best trickers in the world going. So
there's this kid from Japan. He is crazy. He's 14 years old and he's pulling off like some serious tricks.
He's going to be in Shosei. He's hit puberty basically, so he's just gone crazy. And he probably will for the next like 2 years or so. And before he starts slowing down.
You were telling me he's probably going to be the world's best tricker in like a few years.
Probably. Unless he gets injured. But he's trying dangerous stuff like double flips, like with loads of twists. It's just risky. He kind of does them over the side a little bit. So.
So how did you meet me? That's a good question.
Well, I guess through tricking. So
Yeah.
at first
Yeah.
only online on a forum, but we didn't really speak that much.
No, I don't think I
I knew
commented
you
on
were.
a few of your posts on the tricks tutorials,
Yeah.
but
And you were strong,
yeah,
like way back then.
yeah.
So everyone was like,
yeah.
"Oh, Clarence is super strong."
I was
you
like,
want
I was
lifting
like,
advice,
I was like
ask
clean and jerking like 100 kilos.
Yeah,
Yeah, the trick
but-
was like, holy shit, that's
yeah,
a load of
compared to
weight.
the other trickers.
Yeah.
Um, and then, obviously, as time went by, I like saw your YouTube channel again when you were doing crazy stuff and getting really popular.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh shit, it's Clarence. He's even stronger now."
Yeah.
And then there's a guy called Tyson Edwards who came and collabed with you. He came here first, right?
Oh yeah, he came
You
here
met
for
him
like
somewhere.
2 days in Cork.
Yeah,
I
he's a
collabed with him.
YouTuber as well.
And,
And his video like got loads of views, and then he wanted to do another collab with you, and he recently moved to Norwich, which is where I'm from. It's like east of England. So you travelled down to meet Tyson, but you had nowhere to stay. So
Yeah.
Tyson was like, "Oh, ask me if I know you, because we all do tricks."
yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I know Clarence." And then we just spoke, and you just stayed at my house for a week, and
Yeah.
we made a load of videos.
Yeah. I think that was my
So that's
first
what-
like proper collab, really, wasn't it? Because like
Yeah.
Tyson's one was just a gym session, but like
Yeah,
I
and
went to your house for a
um,
week and we made like loads of videos.
Yeah.
Are you guys into JRPGs? That's actually a good question. I was going to talk about that anyway. What's your favorite JRPGs?
Does Persona count? Persona's
Yeah,
pretty
definitely.
good,
Yeah, that's a JRPG.
Yeah, probably Persona.
Yeah. Persona
Um,
5.
Yeah, that's the only one I've played.
Yeah.
But I just sold my PS4. I've only got Nintendo Switch and PC now.
But did you play like Final Fantasy? Like,
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy. Man.
Yeah, that's
That was
JRPG.
PS2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 10. I had. I love that.
Yeah. My favorite JRPGs. Yeah, definitely the Persona series. I played Persona 3, 4, and 5. I actually finished all of them. Persona 5 was probably the best one.
I didn't finish that. I still need to look
yeah.
up the storyline.
It's like 100 hours of gameplay. Each of those
Yeah.
games, yeah, it's just so long. And
It was good though.
the thing that sucks about Persona 5, it's not on a portable console, so you just have to, sit on your couch and play it for like 100 hours. I prefer like if it was on like a portable console, at least I could be just like lying in bed or traveling and then playing the game. Other JRPGs I played a load of Final Fantasy games. I played Final Fantasy 10, Final Fantasy 12, 13, 15. Played Final Fantasy 4 as well. Yeah, those are the only ones I really played. I played a bit of Final Fantasy 7, but I never finished it. Definitely looking forward to the new Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Oh yeah, shit. That's gonna be good.
Yeah.
What's your favorite video game? If you had to pick one.
Probably Final Fantasy 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Final Fantasy 10 or
I'm-
Kingdom Hearts
I remember.
1 or 2.
Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
those. I
yeah.
got 3 in it, which wasn't as good. I remember Final Fantasy 10. I had the disc and I played the whole way through.
Yeah.
And didn't want to fight Sin until I'd like done everything else.
Yeah.
And I got like midway through the fight and there was a cutscene,
Yeah.
and the disc used to crash at that cutscene every
Oh,
time.
fuck.
And the fight was super hard, so I had to do it like 10 times to try and get through it, and it just never worked. So I never saw the end of that game. That like killed my childhood.
Oh, well, the ending is very sad, so
Really
probably a good thing.
I still haven't watched the ending on
Yeah,
YouTube. I don't
that's
want to
so
spoil
sad.
it.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 7 will be only in PS4.
Mm.
I would say be on the PS5. at this
Yeah,
point,
well, that's why I sold my PS4, because there's
Yeah.
talk of PS5, and I'm
Yeah.
moving house soon, so I just like selling all my
Yeah.
stuff before I move.
And we're part of the PC master race anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
You actually built your own PC and you made a YouTube video?
It's stupid. So I bought like
Yeah.
a camera for tricking, and my PC just wasn't fast enough to handle the footage. So then I started just looking at how to build one on YouTube, and I was like, okay, this looks easy enough, I'll do this. And I was like, well, I might as well film it with my camera just to test my camera. I wasn't even going to upload it, so I filmed it, uploaded it, and that video got like the most views on my channel.
It's like
at the time.
50,000.
Yeah,
isn't it?
over
Yeah,
50,000.
crazy.
Like,
It was hilarious because you made a mistake putting in the CPU holder and it just like
Yeah.
popped up in the air.
Yeah,
or
well, I
something.
thought it was fine.
hilarious.
Like,
Yeah.
I read, well, looked at loads of YouTube videos, and
Yeah.
everyone said it's super hard to push down.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is too hard, but I'll push it. It's like just proper pushing it. The CPU just like flew up. And luckily it didn't break.
Yeah, and like how much was that? Like the CPU?
Yeah, God of War, I love that game. God of War 4. How much was the CPU? It was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like 400, 500
Oh
pounds.
yeah, and that just flew up in the air.
Yeah, it was
So
an i7.
yeah, at the time it was
yeah, at the
expensive.
time it was
Yeah.
like one of the latest ones.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think like lifting has helped with your tricking?
I think if I stayed, so the thing about tricking is you want to be as light as possible, obviously as strong for your body weight as possible. But being light doesn't just have the advantage of like strength to body weight ratio. You spin faster because your body's smaller to rotate. So I think if you lifted and stayed skinny, it would probably be better. But because you get hungry from lifting and normally gain a bit of weight, it's probably not as good. I think it helps with injury prevention though, because I tore my ACL a while back, and during the time when I was recovering, I was just lifting, and since then I haven't had like any injuries, even minor or major. But like before, I'd always twist or sprain my ankles and stuff like that. So I think just like building up my joints and like muscle strength around the joints just helps with injury prevention. But it's hard to say because like the best thing for tricking is tricking. If you spent all your time tricking, you'd progress faster than if you lifted half and tricked half.
Yeah,
I think.
that's a good point.
And it makes you so like tired for tricking. Like if you like when I try and powerlift and trick at the same time, the powerlifting just kills the tricking sessions.
Yeah.
But I think if you live somewhere where you don't have a gym, and then you have like winter and summer, and you can only trick outside, then it's probably better to just lift in winter.
Yeah, that's a good point,
and just condition. But if you did it specifically for tricking,
well, it's impossible to do like two sports at the same time. That's basically the point you're
and
trying to
be
make.
like elite at both of them.
Yeah, that's true. That's the same thing with like trying to do powerlifting and weightlifting at the same time.
Yeah, people always ask me that question, like, oh, how do you get so good at lifting and tricking at the same time? But like, I don't actually do them at the same time.
Exactly.
I just periodize them.
Yeah.
So if I might lift once a week and trick 4 times a week, and then if I want to improve lifting, I'll just swap them over.
Exactly. You
don't
don't
maintain one and improve the other.
Yeah, you have like a block of training dedicated to tricking, while maybe just maintaining your lifting skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Slightly, yeah. Like lifting, I wouldn't say it has helped with my tricking, but like there's certainly
definitely not because you quit tricking.
Yeah. That's a good point as well.
Too addictive.
But what I noticed actually, from like getting really strong, like Olympic lifting and like I guess the powerlifting movements as well, my power in the tricks, like the basic tricks, has definitely increased. But because I gained weight like 20 kilos, maybe 25 kilos, I got a lot slower, I guess. Got worse at like twisting tricks and like high level tricks, but like my basics, like double leg, like scoot full, definitely more powerful from lifting. And that was just from lifting alone.
Same thing for me.
No tricking practice.
My kicks are more powerful if I'm a bit heavier, but my twisting suffers.
Yeah. But like a point I was saying to my friend before was like, if you look at like all the professional athletes, like track and field athletes, football players, etc., they all do like strength training as part of their training, like in the off season, to improve their performance in their sports. So why don't trickers do that?
Because they don't have an off season.
I guess so, but wouldn't it be better for?
But if you look at all the best trickers, well, like Shosei, Johan, I say they're the best trickers, but really they're the best twisters. The best trick is kind of subjective, isn't it? Whether you like kicks or twister. But the people that do the hardest tricks, they don't lift, but they do condition. Yeah. Like Johan, like runs and stuff like that, and
calisthenics and all that. Yeah.
He does do some lifting, but like not like we would do lifting. He's not trying to get like a max squat or something. He's just conditioning for tricking. Yeah. But he lives in Finland where it's super cold, so maybe that's why. Yeah. Maybe if he lived in a hotter country, he wouldn't.
I don't know. I think like Olympic lifting and powerlifting would help with trickers. Like I think if the top level trickers did some like weight training, it would actually benefit their tricking.
Yeah, maybe.
That's my opinion on it. Because like you see all the professional athletes doing that, so why not tricking? Injury frequency rate in tricking? That's a good question.
Most people get injured all the time. That's because they don't condition. That's because of the tricking culture, though. Like most people that trick are just like scrappy kids that just want to throw themselves around, and they don't stretch, don't warm up. They just try the hardest shit straight away on like
me, like doing a double front flip off a bin.
Yeah, when you were younger,
and trying a California roll at school.
yeah. People always get injured in tricking, but it's their fault, kind of. It's not that tricking's dangerous, just that they don't.
Yeah, I guess like the way I'm tricking currently is like I'm doing reset that. Yeah, the way I'm tricking currently is I'm just doing like very, very basic level tricks. Very basic tricks, like just no like double twist or anything, just the pure basics. And if I just trick like that, twice per week, of course I won't get injured. But if I started like going for like double B twists, double corks again and all that, I think my injury rate would increase for sure. Yeah. So it depends on what you do in tricking. Like the way Jujimufu's tricking right now, like from what I see on his like Instagram and YouTube, he's just doing the basics like me. So, you know, the injury rate of that is like very, very low. Kind of same with weightlifting, you know. You could get some hobbyists doing weightlifting like twice per week, and you know they won't really push themselves, so obviously they won't get injured as much as like a professional weightlifter training like 11 times per week. So, what was your like favorite tricking samplers? Like
Tricking samplers.
old and new,
Jeez.
I guess. Yeah.
I know what my old favourite tricking samplers
Yeah.
was. So there was a guy called Say Popeye. You ever hear of him?
No.
His real name like John something. I forget his
Yeah.
surname.
Yeah.
But he made like, he was never that good at tricking,
Yeah.
but his samples were super fun. Like he'd try and have like plastic sword fights with his friends in public and just do stupid shit.
Yeah, that's another good
And,
point, I guess, because like, you know, with tricking samplers, it didn't really matter how good you were at tricking.
Yeah, no.
If you were like creative and you made like a really cool edit,
Yeah.
that's all that really mattered.
He
you
always
know?
used
Yeah.
like super good songs.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
always having a really good time, just laughing, just throwing stupid tricks that were messy, but he didn't care. He was just having fun.
Yeah.
And like when you're having that much fun and it comes across, that's way better than just a sampler of
Exactly.
just
yeah.
hard trick.
Mm.
So his samples were my favourite. So Popeye 8 was the best one, and everyone at the time said that was the best sampler that was made.
I actually don't even know who he is.
We can watch it after this.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and then after that, I guess Guthrie's movie sampler is pretty good, but I don't really like long samplers because I lose attention watching tricking too long. Even though I do tricking, but like 10-minute samplers is just like boring. But he released like the movie sampler where people used to think triple cork was impossible, and then Scott Skelton did one, and nobody else could really do it. And then Michael Guthrie released a sampler where he was just spamming triple corks constantly.
Yeah, yeah.
For 10 minutes, and everyone's like, "What the fuck? Who is this kid?" And he was just like 16 at the time.
Mm.
And then at that point, he was like the best tricker, but because he saved up all his footage, and nobody knew how good he was.
Yeah,
So
that's
it was a
what I
massive
loved about
surprise. Like,
samplers.
what the
Yeah.
fuck? How is this
Mm.
possible?
Yeah.
Doing everything that people thought couldn't be done. Nowadays, favorite samplers. I don't know if I even have one because everyone just posts clips on Instagram.
Yeah, no one does samplers anymore.
Yeah, there is some, but not like they used to be. So I'm trying to make one like that, but
Yeah.
so at least there'll be
yeah.
one eventually.
Yeah, you're going to release a sampler soon. You want to land a few tricks
Yeah,
before you release
so
it.
I started making it in
Yeah.
2012, and that's when I tore my ACL.
Yeah.
So then I was set back like a year, and then I tore it again, so it set back like another 2 years,
Mm.
and then I've been making it since. But it took me quite a long while to get back to where I was,
Yeah.
just in terms of like mental confidence and physically. But now I'm probably better than I was, and there's a few tricks that I've written down that I just want to nail before I finish it. It's
Yeah.
nearly done.
Yeah. What happened there? Hey, favorite samplers. I'll wait till you sit down. Yeah, my favorite samplers of all time. I think definitely Jujimufu sampler 1000. That was like one of my favorite samplers. It was just like a minute long, and he lands like a double B twist at the end, and like that was just a big surprise
I
at the
remember
time.
that.
Yeah,
It was like in
that
a-
was awesome. Yeah.
In a weightlifting gym, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Like a
such a good
normal
sampler. I downloaded that on my PSP, and I probably watched that sampler like 200 times.
Yeah, I
honestly.
had that one
Yeah.
on there as well.
Yeah, that was. I actually like tried to copy some of his combos from that sampler as well. That's probably why my like tricking kind of looks like Juju's.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah, because I actually watched a lot of Juju's old samplers. And what are samplers? Velu's Summer Sampler 2009 is it? With the yeah, that was one of my favorite samplers. Even though I don't even like rap music, I actually like that song because I watched it so many times on my PSP. Other samplers, recent ones. I like Jujimufu's like Nuclear Summer 4 sampler.
With
like,
Antoine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that one.
that was like what,
That one's
4
just
years
like
ago.
just
The
doing
editing,
violent badass stuff.
the editing of that
Yeah,
is just
they put like fake
amazing.
blood
yeah.
in their mouth and
Yeah,
shit.
that was
Yeah,
awesome.
good.
Yeah, I can't think of any others now.
You like all the proper like metal samplers.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Old school metal
yeah.
kicks.
That's how I got into like metal music actually,
bodybuilding,
is because
yeah.
of like tricking samplers and everything. Other samplers, God, there's so many to think about. Scott Skelton's one.
Yeah.
With that song, that metal band, I forget the name of it. It's like a really popular song.
Yeah, I can't remember the name.
It's
of the
like
song, but I think I know which
a
one.
minute and a half long tricking sampler.
Oh, I was thinking of a longer one.
Really? Yeah, yeah.
But he did have loads of good ones.
That was one of my favorite samplers. That was.
I used to like Phil Gibbs samplers as well. They were funny. Phil Gibbs samplers.
Phil Gibbs.
He's also.
Oh yeah.
But he used to just do stupid shit and
yeah.
film it.
Yeah. Who is your favorite and least favorite
So
trigger?
I answered the favorite. I think Sir Popeye.
Yeah.
Well, I know that was favourite sampler. So he used to be my favourite because of his attitude.
Yeah.
Then it was Velu because he was just the best.
Yeah.
And then I thought Michael Guthrie was the best, but I didn't like him because I did like some cheerleading world championships, tumbling.
Yeah.
And he was there, and there wasn't many trickers there. So I messaged him like, "Oh, do you want to meet up and trick?" He's like, "Oh my god, yeah, definitely. Meet me at this spot." And I went there and he just didn't show up. And then he just didn't reply to any of my messages. And I was like, this fucking dick. And then I like hated him. And then like recently he commented on my Instagram stuff like, oh, it'd be so cool if I could train with you one day. And so I was like, what? But yeah. And then least favourite is I used to really hate towels when he first
I think everyone
because he was just like a stupid kid. But he never went away and then eventually learned and got better. But he's still a bit of a fuck up. Like
he's actually a good tricker at the moment.
But yeah, he's good and he knows a lot,
good,
so he's alright. But I don't really like tricking battles, and I hate in tricking battles where people like get some like gangster attitude. It's like you're some loser kid that just wanted to learn flips in your garden, and now you're like, yeah, bitch, I fucking beat you in this battle. And they're like, when someone bails, they're like touching the floor and like getting in the way and stuff. It's just like so cringe. Like battles are pointless anyway because everyone knows who the best trickers are. If there's like two people in a battle, everyone's like, oh yeah, that guy's the better tricker. They just know from watching videos. So what's the point in just wasting time with a battle? Like
I always like cringed at tricking battles. It just reminded me of like breakdancing.
Yeah, they try to give each other so much like beef. It's all fake. Oh, I just don't like it. That's why I never battle. I just prefer to trick for fun.
Yeah. In terms of like watching like a person trick, I would say Michael Guthrie is my favorite to watch.
Yeah, same.
I've never met him, so I don't know if he's
just for pure tricks, taking personality and attitude out of it.
Yeah.
Adding personality and attitude in. I think Velu's got like a really good. He's like nice to everyone. Never says anything bad.
That. Yeah.
He makes time for everyone. He's super nice, so I like him for that reason.
Yeah.
The girls like trickers. No, boys like trickers. People always think like lifting or tricking's gonna get you girls, and then you trick. If I'm tricking in a park, no girls ever come over, but dudes always come over, and it's always like they either do a cartwheel in front of their friends to try and be funny, which is not funny, or they ask you to do a backflip, or ask can you backflip, or they're just like, oh dude, that's sick. I used to do martial arts too. I was a black belt in. All of this stuff's happened this week.
A
kid has asked us to do a backflip. Some old dude with his walking stick, not like a walking stick, it was like a cane for like hiking or some shit, came up, he's like, what martial art are you doing? I used to train with Master John Woo and wherever. And I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, I'm just doing some flips, bro. But
just gonna move this over. Yeah, there was this kid yesterday. You literally pulled off some crazy tricking combo. I don't know what it was. It's like
it's
B twist, like there was a full twist in there or some shit.
And a flash kick, which is a backflip with like a kick.
Which is a backflip variation that's harder than the backflip itself.
And it looks like a backflip anyway.
This kid comes over to us and is like, can you do a backflip? It's the most common question you get like in public from people. Like you pull off some like crazy trick that's like super difficult. Like you took years to land it, and then people come over to you, can you do a backflip? Oh my god, it's just so annoying. It's the most annoying question.
You missed the arrested question as well. That was quite funny.
Oh yeah, so one of the questions I had...
That stemmed from tricking as well.
Yeah. One of the questions I had for Hadyn was, have you ever been arrested?
Yeah, twice. So there's like two stories. One of them is like when I first met all the free runners in my city, they invited me out to train.
Yeah.
So we went out training. There's like a little square with like stairs on every side of the square, and there's some like monuments in the middle, like... So we were just training there, and the free runners train there because they can flip over these obstacles or whatever. And I was doing a handstand down the stairs, and some guy like pushed me down.
Oh my god!
So I was just like thinking it was like one of my friends or something, and my legs just came down and it's fine. And it was just some like guy that was like, "You're a fucking dick" or something. And I was just like, "What the hell? I don't know this guy." And he came up to me and like poured his McDonald's Coke over my head, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And it looked like he was gonna hit me. So as soon as he like leant back to punch me, I just like punched him in the throat like as hard as I could.
Yeah.
And I just didn't stop punching him in the face. He went down.
Yeah.
Then I fought his friend for a bit, and then the first guy got back up, and I like walked backwards up the stairs. And And he was coming at me saying he was going to knife me. So I was like, shit, I'm going to get stabbed here.
Yeah.
So, like, you know in 300 where the guy, like, front kicks that
Yeah,
dude
yeah.
down the well? As he was coming up the stairs, like, he was putting his hand in his pocket. I don't know if he's going to get a knife or some shit. And I just did that kick, like, bang, right into the chest. And his face was already bleeding from all the first bit.
Yeah.
And his head, like, flicked and his blood all over me. And I'm like, fuck. He went down the
Holy
stairs.
shit.
And normally, like, when I hit someone, they just, like, leave.
Yeah.
But he didn't. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why is he not leaving? And then he came up the stairs, like, holding his stomach, still saying he was going to kill me. And I was like, oh my god, I need to, like, finish this guy. And because he was coming up the stairs and I was at the top, his head was, like, my waist height. So I just did, like, the hardest roundhouse kick I could. Like, hit him here.
Shit.
Like, it echoed almost. And it's because I had so much adrenaline.
Fuck.
It's probably, like, the hardest kick I've ever done.
Yeah.
He instantly gets knocked out, falls down these stairs, dislocates his shoulder.
Holy
And then he's
shit.
just laying there, and it looks like he's been hit by a car or something. His body's in one of those shapes like it's not supposed to be in.
Could have killed him.
And me and my friends are like, "Fuck, he's dead! Like he's actually
Yeah.
dead."
Yeah.
And his friend started crying. He got on the phone, and started trying to call his friends to come and like beat us up or whatever.
Oh Jesus.
But they were in this like, these guys thought they were in a gang, like
Yeah,
in my
yeah,
city, it was
yeah,
like the local gang, or whatever. But anyway, after like 30 seconds or something, he just went, and we were like, oh my god, he's alive, he's breathing again. And then he tried to like crawl to get himself up, but his hands were just falling behind him and he was like falling onto his face. And then I was like, right, let's get the fuck out of here. Because loads of guys are going to come and beat us up. And I had like this massive portable amp, so we were playing like metal music while this whole thing was happening. So I like wheeled this amp off, like fuck, turned it off, went into like Marks and Spencer's, which is like a food shop.
Yeah.
And like 10 cops just ran in. And obviously I was still covered in blood because I didn't have time to change at that point, and put handcuffs on me.
Oh.
Walked me past where the guy was. And he
At
was
least you were safe at that point. Yeah.
He was getting resuscitated by like an ambulance to make sure he could get up and be okay. And then they arrested us. But the cop was like, oh, we know who he is. He's like, he had drugs on him, like cocaine, and he had a knife. So they were just like, yeah, he's been arrested loads of times before.
Yeah.
And then they let me go. And then the other time, which is so stupid, is on my birthday.
Yeah.
And every birthday I host like a mini gathering at my house. So there's like loads of people down for tricking. So I was down with all these people and I was in this club, and it got to like 1 a.m. We'd been doing gymnastics and like lifting all day.
Yeah.
I was with some girl that travelled down for the gymnastics session, and we were going to leave together, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to get lucky, this is great. So we went to the taxi place, sitting down, I was like falling asleep, opened my eyes and there was a cop just in front of me, and he just like dropped some handcuffs on me, put me in the back of a van. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then this girl was stranded because she travelled from like quite far away to my house. And they took me to the station, and I was like, why the hell did you arrest me? And basically what had happened is some girl said that they saw me assault someone, even though I hadn't.
Yeah.
So they just arrested me because they believed like some drunk girl. And turns out like some girl and a guy did get assaulted.
Yeah.
And had to go to hospital. But it was nothing to do with me. And then like 3 days later they watched the CCTV and were like, oh sorry, wasn't you.
Yeah.
We'll let you go. I like ruined my birthday because I was in there for the whole
Fucking
24 hours with no
That's
like
amazing.
food, because the food was like horrible in there, so I just didn't eat it. That was the worst weekend of my life.
I was just looking at the comments there, and Fillion actually commented. He's like,
no way, yeah.
do you know that guy?
Yeah, I watch his videos.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah. He makes really good videos.
Yeah, I like his videos.
I met him in New York actually when
No way.
when I met up with Gigi and Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started watching his videos before his channel was getting popular.
Really?
Yeah, now
Yeah,
he's got like 300,000 subs or something, hasn't he?
Yeah, I can see him getting like millions of subscribers.
Yeah,
Like, he has so
he's
much
funny.
potential. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another question I have for you actually is, have you ever done a trick in a fight?
Yeah, one time. So, I hate going out to clubs, but I do just to be social. And when I was like younger, I was probably more unsociable than I am now. So I just used to take the headphones out and put them in my ears and listen to metal. And then I didn't have to stand the shit music that they play in clubs. But then I looked like some weird kid with headphones in. So everyone's like, why the fuck's it do with headphones in? And then some like stupid dudes tried to like start pushing me around because I was the weird dude in the club.
Yeah.
Even though I was with my friends, but I had to have like headphones in. And so this guy pushed me and I was like, yeah, just kind of ignored it. He did it again, and then I pushed him like really fucking hard. His legs like flew out, he fell down. Bouncer grabbed me, took me out of the club. I'm like, great, I can go home now. And then he came out, and as he came out, he started coming towards me, so I just punched him in the head like super hard. He got knocked out. So, and you know that Techno Viking video where the guy like points at someone like this?
No.
How have you not seen that Techno Viking?
No, I've never seen
Alright,
that.
I'm going to show you that later. Anyway, so I did a gainer, landed in a Techno Viking pose and was just like pointed at all the dudes, his friends, and then just walked off. And they were like, "What the fuck? This dude just did a backflip in the middle of the fucking street."
So we were actually talking yesterday on the way back from Ballybunion, and we were talking about like you peaking basically for like the Scottish gathering.
Yeah.
And you told me something strange. I was surprised. You told me you just wanted to rest like 3 days completely, like literally just do nothing. And you tell me, like you told me that you do that like before big tricking gatherings.
Yeah.
Like you just rest completely,
Yeah,
like no like light
for like
sessions
3
of
days,
tricking.
even a week sometimes.
That's crazy.
But if I'm lifting, obviously it's different. I'll do like a normal peaking thing where I'll strip off the volume but keep the intensity there.
Yeah.
Then have like one full rest day, then go for a PB.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That works good. But for tricking, if I was to take the same concept like volume and intensity, just drop off the volume and go to a session, intensity would be like trying double corks and stuff, but only like one, or a double B twist only one.
Yeah.
Maybe that would work. I just don't think it would for.
I guess you
tricking.
can't, like with tricking, you can't really reduce the load of like a cork screw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't.
You can just do less
the load.
reps.
Yeah.
You can just do less reps.
Yeah. Because with like lifting, you could like I could go to the gym and like squat 100 kilos, but like with you tricking, like peaking.
Yeah. If I like rest now, I'll feel really good for the gathering.
That was just interesting when we were talking about it, because I was telling him how I would like peak for like a max clean jerk, a max snatch, and it's just completely different to like what you do in like tricking. You want to land like a big trick at the gathering as well.
Yeah.
Should I say it? Or?
Well, yeah, you can.
Yeah,
everyone knows I'm trying. I've been trying it like every session.
Yeah, so Hadyn's trying to go for like a triple full, which is basically a backflip with 3 rotations.
Yeah. It's not even that hard a trick. Like most trickers can do it. Maybe it's just because I lift as well. I'm too wide or some shit, but I don't know. My technique's not great either.
Yeah, like based off your other tricks, like you should have landed.
I should have landed it like 10
ages
years ago. Yeah, but
yeah.
it's just one of the things I want for my video, so I'm not going to finish my next YouTube video till I've done it.